Not everyone is created, right, or ready for all roles and all positions in every company. So when you're rushing to fill a position and you really haven't mapped out all of the inputs necessary to make that particular role, who touches a particular person, customer, patient, etc., if you haven't identified what's really important to them and all the inputs, then chances are you're going to miss the mark. So it takes discipline, it takes a lot of training, but it also takes identifying what's necessary to be successful and then empowering everyone within an organization to make those decisions on the spot. Here's an example of that. I have a very good friend who was on a Disney cruise line, and what happened was they overslept. So by the time they showed up to breakfast, it was too late. So that was structured time, was past the time, but so the hostess said, "I'm sorry, but we're closed." And of course the son said, "Oh no, I won't get to see Mickey or Minnie," right? So she said, "But there is another area that you can still have breakfast, just not in the main dining room." So seeing that my colleague's son was very disappointed, she asked for their room number, said nothing else. What was set up was the next morning at their cabin arrived Mickey, Minnie, and Donald Duck wheeling in breakfast. So she was empowered enough to recognize that this was a miss on a service basic, even though the company had done nothing wrong. It was clearly posted what time breakfast was. But she was empowered enough to reach out to someone to say, here's an opportunity to correct something that wasn't even our fault really, but really create an overwhelming wow moment. That story he shared with about 800 of us in an auditorium. So now what do you think the impact is to Disney, right? Every single one of us are telling this story. I've now been on a Disney cruise with my family. It increases revenue. So by not focusing on what's important to the customer, the patient, etc., the client, by not understanding the inputs that's necessary that drives revenue and that are important, you can miss the mark, whether it's a down economy or an up economy. People still want to connect, and people still want good customer service.